Setting up the comic book. What's this?
A Superman balloon for you. Do you like it?
Shut up. Okay, looking over that weird intro, everybody. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my Dark Avengers comic book review. We got a lot of interesting comics this week, but before we get into the interesting comics, let's get into those comics that are... Oh, and also guest starring from Utica this week. She is not in Brooklyn. Amber, who is via Skype once again.
Hi guys.
And 2 to 1, she's not going to say 2 words anyway because she doesn't know anything about the comics I'm about to talk about.
Of course I don't.
Okay, so let's get to the comics that are, it depends on your preference. First one, Halo Bloodline, 3 of 5. For those of you Halo fans, you're going to be picking this up. For those of you who aren't Halo fans and could give 2 craps about Halo, you won't be picking this up. It's an interesting story, but yeah. Honestly, it's wearing thin, this story. I don't know why. I'm just not into this one as much as I was into the other Halo story that came out promoting ODST. Okay. What, Amber? Oh.
I need food.
So go get something to eat. We'll be right here. Okay. Coming up next, SpiderMan Clone Saga 6 of 6. For those of you who have missed the Clone Saga the first time around back in the 90s, here's your chance to catch up. To be honest, I missed it myself. That's why I got the series. It's an okay series. No offense. They didn't have to retell it. It wasn't that good the first time, as I heard, and it's not good this time. The only thing that scares me is, in the end, Ben Reilly leaves. He's not dead. I have a feeling Ben Reilly is going to show up somewhere in Spider-Man's future, and oh boy. Okay. Moving into more interesting comics. Nation X number 3. For those of you who want to follow Nation X a little bit deeper than just in the X-Men comic books, this 4-part mini is your thing. To be honest, this part is the weaker thus far of the 4 parts. The 4th part looks really interesting. It has a few X-Men tales that I'm eager to read. In this one, it was once again the 4 parts of people living on Nation X. If you guys, like I said, are interested in side stories, this is for you. If not, then it's not for you. Up to you guys. I'm enjoying Nation X, but once again, part 3 is a little lacking. Amazing Spider-Man number 622. I enjoyed 621, and my enjoyment has definitely continued into Amazing Spider-Man 622. Okay, Spider-Man goes... the comic starts off with Spider-Man and Black Cat doing their thing, of course. And Black Cat tells Spider-Man that she sold the blood she stole from Mr. Negative, which was Spider-Man's blood, to somebody else. And Spider-Man, of course, gets pissed off and says, who'd you sell it to? You know, she wanted to make extra money. So basically, Spider-Man goes to Morbius, who has Spider-Man's blood, and there's a little drama going on between him and his girlfriend. This is an event that happened way back in Spider-Man 610. They log it in the comic book. I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable comic. The artwork was enjoyable. And there is a second story in this issue about Flash Thompson, about him losing his legs. I enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man 622 and 621. I think this is great. Hopefully the gauntlet with these issues will be picking up. But once again, each different story has a different writer. So it's yet to be seen. Next up is the Vulture. And there's also a promo that Pete is going to be getting fired in the next issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I would absolutely say pick this and 621 up. They were really good. Ultimate Enemy. Ultimate Comics Enemy number 2. Really interesting. It got better than part 1. Part 1 was like more of a setup. Now you got, and the enemies, like what he looks like, is revealed in this comic book. Spider-Man, Johnny Storm show up and they help out Nick Fury, and the monster disappears yet again. And you go back to the Baxter building, and you got the Thing trying to save Sue Storm, and you got Johnny who shows up and tries to save Sue. Spider-Man disappears for a while, and you get a briefie with Spider-Girl, and you got that alien that breaks through her door, and she runs out of her apartment, the alien disappears again, It seems like they're all running around. It's really like a running around kind of comic right now. And then Sue goes to Reed Richards' house and finds out that Reed Richards' house is no more. And basically the last page is Spider-Man calling Aunt May because he figures out that this alien is going after all their secret identities. And the alien appears right outside Aunt May's door. To be continued. This is a heavy tie into Spider-Man right now. It's really good. I'm enjoying the mini. I don't know. I get the feeling that if Reed Richards is alive, which he probably is, this is going to be like the way for the Fantastic Four to be reformed. Could be. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm enjoying the issue. You know, it's revealed that, you know, the world thought that Nick Fury was dead. So Nick Fury like went undercover for a while, and now he's back and he's alive. I liked it. Absolutely pick it up. Okay, the next set of books are all Siege tie-ins. We got 3. First one, Dark Wolverine, number 83. I wouldn't say the most boring of the 3, but it has the least amount of interest in my opinion. Once again, everybody predicted correctly. Dark Wolverine Daken did not kill Norman Osborn. It was basically an illusion produced, and Daken snaps out of it, and Norman Osborn's alive. Big surprise. And it ties in a lot to Siege 2 because you also see him getting struck by the lightning with Thor from issue 3 where Thor freaking fried Dark Wolverine. You get to see what happened before and after it. And basically in the next part, it's going to be all about his fear. Honestly, I know it's tied into Dark to the Siege, but it's not. It is tied in, but at the same time, it has its own story. Really not in depth with Siege in this issue. So it's up to you guys if you want to be. I mean, I'm enjoying Dark Wolverine. Don't get me wrong. The story's good, but to have it be connected with Siege, I mean, yeah, it's going on during Siege, but not much. I hope Norman Osborn gets his head blown off, in my opinion. Okay, next, Thor 607. Thor is not in this issue. Big spoiler right off the bat. It's Ragnar. I can't pronounce the name. After Mike scans it, I'll tell you. Basically, it takes place right after Volstagg is taken into custody, and the officers in the jail know for a fact that Volstagg is not a bad person. They actually shoot a video before he leaves the precinct, proving that Volstagg is a good guy. And Volstagg basically is leaving to go to Asgard, which he sees is under siege right now. And basically you get this guy that shows up who looks just like Thor, except he's not. He's Ragnarok, as you can see in the last on the page right here. And it's going to be leading into the next part. He's wearing Thor's old attire. Actually, Volstagg did make that reference. I am thoroughly enjoying Thor. Once again, thank you so much to Pete from Pete's Basement for suggesting this title. I'm, like I said, really enjoying it a lot. You guys should absolutely pick this title up. It's a great story. Even though Thor's not involved, this gives you backstory actually to Siege. It shows you where Volstagg is and that he's on his way, and there's a whole bunch of shit going on behind the scenes that isn't, at least at the moment, being shown during Siege. And that's it for Thor. Next, tie into Siege, and we got the finger. Okay, so we're once again back to that 10-minute rule thing, guys. So I will see you guys in part 2. I will be back. So stick around. You're gonna want to see the rest of this review. Catch you in the next part.